What it do, guys? I am back for another reaction, and today this is going to be part 2 to the Unhelpful Guide to Babymetal. You guys completely loved the part 1, so I'm bringing the part 2 back for you guys. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I do a lot of Babymetal reactions, so make sure you subscribe. I'd love to have you guys join the team, guys. I'd really appreciate it as well. And make sure you guys smash that like button. You guys got 100 likes on the last video, so let's get 150 on this one. I know you guys can do it. So let's get 150 likes on this video. Let's get it and let's go. Without further ado, let's hop directly in. All right, guys, let's go.
Also not law, and I even forgot to put it in the slideshow, but they refer to their fans as the One. So if you see anything about the One, that means you, lol.
We called the One. The One.
Oh, so all of them together are the One. Alright.
They also have a lot of lore that relates to light and dark. This mainly has to do with their opposing sides of cute and metal, and is mostly shown in more recent shows, and on their most recent album. Essentially, Legend S starts off stating a new legend has arrived with light. Later on, they have a show titled Dark Night Carnival. Therefore, we have both a light show and a dark show. The light comes from hope, whereas the dark is fear. The fox god is said to send a beam of light that leads to a goddess who must sacrifice herself to the light, in order to be reborn as a new messiah. After this death, she flies off so as to use her voice to put lights in the sky in the form of stars. These stars shine down on the people, who become the One. Light and dark are opposites, and cannot exist without each other. And when light and dark intersect, a strange dimension known as the Metal Galaxy forms. This is where the Chosen Seven come in. They are the figures in the Distortion music video, and are related to a comic released, Apocrypha, fictionally telling how Babymetal came to be. So, there are said to be 7 metal spirits that transcended space to the Metal Galaxy.
Man, okay, so this is pretty deep right here. Okay, so I like how they have, like, kind of like the hidden gems of the group, and, you know, in part 1, I was saying, like, they, in their interviews, they're saying, like, they do, only the fox knows. So it's kind of like a mystery aspect, and I was saying that is a great way for, you know, artists or groups in general to do, you know, with their audiences, because it gives their audience a chance to guess and kind of partake in, you know, just be further tuned in to that group. So I feel like that's a good tactic that they do here.
Galaxy, which is the only place they can be seen and revealed as the Chosen Seven. They were led by an invisible force to this dimension, known as the Metal Galaxy, which is formed when light and dark intersect. So all of that leads us to the Metal Galaxy, which is the concept for their third and most recent album. We love a space theme. So essentially, due to the fox god's divine intervention, metal spirits were sent out, some of which found their way to Babymetal, and with this meeting, they made an odyssey to the Metal Galaxy.
Whether this encounter was by accident or fate, no one will ever know for certain. All happens in the name of the fox god.
So from 2010 up until 2017, Babymetal performed as a trio at countless Japanese shows, eventually branching out to different areas around the world. Their popularity really soared in 2014 with the release of meme hit Gimme Chocolate. With the success of this song, they were able to branch out even more, and go on world tours. During this time they released 2 albums, Babymetal in 2014, and Metal Resistance in 2016. The Metal Resistance tour kicked off with a headlining show at Wembley Arena in London, and finished with 2 shows at Tokyo Dome, their biggest crowds yet. And now the calm before the storm. In 2017, Babymetal held a concert series in Japan, known as the 5 Fox Festival. As the name suggests, there were 5 festivals, ending with the Big Fox Festival shows in October. It was unknown at the time obviously, but the Big Fox Festival would mark the last time Babymetal performed as their original 3. December 2017 would be when Su Metal turned 20, and so 2 shows were scheduled to celebrate this big event. The shows would be known as Legend S, or Baptism XX, to honor Su's big day. It was announced just before.
Man, okay, so before he gets, deep into what happens, it's just crazy to see, like, just the whole timeline of a group. Like, they go through so much, and, we might not really realize it just listening to the music. But man, I know they're going through a lot here. So that he said that was the last time that they performed with all 3 of them. So I'm kind of like anxious to see what actually happens here.
For the show, that Yui Metal had been advised by her doctor not to perform due to her poor health. However, the show must go on and all that, so Babymetal performed as a duo of Moa and Su. This was the first time the group had ever performed without a member. Yui's spot was empty, and the choreo was clearly the same as it had always been, just sans Yui. Moa only did her lines and the songs, and the crowd helped sing Yui's. Part of the statement about Yui reads, quote, "Yui Metal is unfortunately not feeling well, and doctors have suggested that it is in her best interest not to perform. We regret to inform this unfortunate news and truly apologize in advance. We considered cancelling, but came to a final conclusion, to hold these performances as scheduled." End quote. Please take note of the truly apologize, and, in advance bits, as I have a lot to say about them in a moment. Legend S ended, and fans assumed everything would be back to normal once the girls performed again. But unfortunately, something happened before any new shows arose. 2018 began with a tragedy.
Man, that is just that's such a sad, man. It doesn't look right with just 2, just the 2 members out there. Something about the trio just really, it goes hand in hand. So I guess they kind of would. It kind of sucks to have to, remove one member. So it's kind of like you would have to. Why'd I say have to 2 times? You kind of have to, make it a duet. Sue is doing the vocals, so it's kind of it just kind of makes it really weird. So I want to see how they go with this.
As Mikio, one of the guitarists in the Kami band, fell from an observation tower while stargazing. He passed away as a result from his injuries on January 5th. Babymetal's song Starlight is considered to be a tribute to Mikio. And thus, we have arrived in the year of hell, that was 2018. The new year did bring news of a new world tour, to being in Kansas City, Missouri in the US in May. Fans just assumed Yui would be back, and performing with the others as no announcement was made otherwise. Remember that bit I said to take note of? Here's where it's relevant again. So it wasn't announced until after that Kansas City show, that Yui was still on a health hiatus, and would not participate in the tour at all. I was actually at this infamous Kansas City show. It was deadass my first Babymetal show ever, woo, and I can attest to the fact that the atmosphere was weird. No one had any idea that everything would be so different. They wanted fans to know about the change for Legend S, but decided to just leave us all confused as all hell trying to figure out what was going on. Unlike Legend S, the formations for choreography had changed, with Su and Moa switching back and forth with one in front of the other, and Moa had begun singing all of Yui's parts as well.
See, that's what I meant about the kind of like the setup. Like with a trio, you can easily have the 2 on the choreo, 2 on choreo, Su does vocals. You can easily have it like that. But with 1 and 1, it would kind of have to be a fair share. So, it sucks that they had to do it like that. And then they didn't really announce it at that first performance. So like the fans were like confused and everything. It just really sucks, that situation.
They were also joined on stage by numerous backup dancers. Don't get me wrong, it was still an amazing show, and Sue and Moa deserve all the respect in the world for working as hard as they have to keep Babymetal going, and keeping their energy the same as ever despite the circumstances. I still don't understand why Koba, or whoever, just abandoned the girls like that. Babymetal
was a war criminal.
They really just threw them out there to a confused crowd, and for what? They were terrified. Sue has literally said how scared they were for this show too, stating that she was afraid they would get booed, or have things thrown at them, which is immensely sad. Fans reacted so poorly to Yui being missing, just for the Legend S shows, that they had genuine fear they would not be accepted without her. If you were the type to leave annoying comments on social media demanding to know where Yui was, I hope you feel like shit. Okay. Moving on. The tour continued.
The commentary though, oh my god. But man, this situation just sucks, man. Let's see what happens though.
And while there was some anger and confusion still, it ended up going as well as it could. With the conclusion of this tour, there was a show announced for October in Japan, called Dark Night Carnival. But just before this show was to take place, we got the announcement most of us assumed was coming. On October 19, 2018, Yui Metal officially withdrew from Babymetal, citing her continued health problems as the reason. At this point, it had been a full year since she had last performed with the group. That same day, Starlight was released as a single, and again, many fans believe it to be a tribute to Mikio and maybe even Yui also. I hope all the people crying in the comments on Instagram about Yui being gone, or where's Yui know, that she cited the fact that she wasn't able to recover fast enough as part of what 18 was proving to be chaotic as all hell, and would be remembered as the end of an era. But everything ends, time keeps moving forward, and so must we. So now on to the new era. And now, Dark Night Carnival, Babymetal's first show as a duo. This show is tied heavily with the Chosen 7, which is why Moa and Sue appeared on stage with 5 dancers. It was also the first foray into the dark side of Babymetal. Whereas Legend S was the light, Dark Night Carnival is the opposite, the dark. Which, as we remember.
Okay, so touching on that last part. So it does make sense for, I guess it would make sense for them to keep going on, because you kind of don't want to leave the fans waiting, and also it's that's what they love to do, so they're going to want to keep creating music. So yes, that does make sense. Even if, you never know, Yui may come back and they may be able, in the perfect world, they may be able to come back and create music once again. I haven't finished this off, so I'm not sure yet, but in my eyes, that's how it is. Depending on what health conditions Yui's going through and things of that sort. But man, this is just, that's tragic. That is just tragic right there, guys. But now here it says they come back and they have the 5 backup dancers, so let's see how that goes.
Are both needed in order for the Metal Galaxy to appear. This dark side also gave us a completely new look for the girls in terms of styling. Old dudes who complained about this superior look are weak, and will not survive the winter. Anyway. One of the backup dancers for this show is Saya, who would go on to fill in Yui's old spot during shows in Southeast Asia and Australia. Way too many old dudes were also really mean to Saya for no reason other than she was in Yui's old spot. Saya, being 18 at the time. The nerve of this fandom sometimes. Stop insulting young women.
And don't make me tell you again. Sit down.
But, because these shows were after Yui's official departure, they could definitively put someone in her spot as opposed to the US tour, when they reformed the Korea, to not look like someone else was where she should be. Saya was only the first to fill that spot. But for a while, several months in fact, there was nothing going on. And then, a new album was announced, to be released at some point in the year. Also, 4 new shows were set for June and July 2019 in Japan. Awakens the Sun Also Rises, and Arises Beyond the Moon, which would serve as Legend M for Moa's 20th birthday. And with these shows, we were propelled into the real new era of baby metal.
And to support Sue Metal and More Metal, 3 brave Avengers were summoned by the Fox God. Today, one of these 3 chosen dancers will be selected. But who will be summoned is something only the Fox God knows.
There were now going to be 3 backup dancers who would switch out in the 3rd spot. Their names were never actually announced or anything like that. It was fans at the shows who figured out who they were, and let all of us know. The Avengers never have mics, they just dance. And they are in fact considered new members in a way, especially considering Sue and Moa have spoken about them in interviews.
About this new addition to Babymetal.
They are the Avengers.
The Avengers.
You know, yes. And chosen by the Fox God. はい、彼女たちが加わってくれることによって、本当にベビーメタルに新しい風が吹いていて、本当に毎回の公演で影響を受けていて、私たちも成長できていたらいいなと思うので、私たちの姿をこれからもたくさんの人に見ていただけたらいいなと思っているので、ぜひライブに来てください。
So, who are they? Day 1 of the Sun Also Rises show gave us our first Avenger, Weho. Day 2, our second Avenger, Kano. And finally, Super Slipper Festival in Taiwan gave us our third Avenger, Momoko. Now let's get to know these 3. First up, Weho Metal, or...
Man, so basically, you know, they had to do some thinking. They had to gather things together, and this was their approach. So they had a group called the Avengers, and so what they have is they have the Avengers switch out for that 3rd place in Babymetal. So, you know, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's kind of a good idea. Let me know what you guys think down below, as you know, as a fan, you know, seeing the progression of Babymetal. How did you guys feel about that? Let me know down below in the comments. For me, I'm new to them, so kind of seems like a good idea, but I don't know how it shifted the songs and the different, how it really changed the atmosphere. So let me know what you guys think down below. Let me hop back in though.
Sayoshi Riho. She was born on the 28th of May 1998.
22.
She is a former ace of the J-pop group Morning Musume, and is known to be a really good dancer. The general reaction to her performing with Babymetal has been, given her status as a J-pop icon. She graduated from Morning Musume in December 2015, in order to focus on other things outside of the limelight. She has been the Avenger at quite a few shows so far, including multiple in Japan, Glastonbury Festival in the UK, Brixton in the UK, numerous shows on the US and Europe legs of the Metal Galaxy World Tour, as well as the Forum show in LA.
If there is a YouTube video for the Forum show in LA, I'd really want to watch that one. So if you guys have the link for that, yeah, I don't think I reacted to that one yet. Yeah, I didn't react to that one, but I heard that one was, out of this world. So I need to react to that one as well, guys. I'll add that to my list for sure. Yeah, that's just a side note. That's just a side note. So stay tuned for that, guys. And don't forget to smash that like button on this video, guys. 150 likes. I know you guys can do it. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Let's hop in.
Despite being an incredible dancer, she is very clumsy.
Hey, shoot. That's crazy.
She is also a ball of chaos. Her laugh is great, and it amuses me immensely. She is also a really charismatic performer on top of being a great dancer, and she makes sure you never forget she is, and always will be an ace. She's also small. I feel like that's just a Babymetal requirement at this point. Because she's like lower levels of small. One more thing, remember how I said Sue was in an acting school in Hiroshima back in the day? Well, guess who was in her class and even performed together with her? Next up is little Baby Kano, or Kano Metal, or Fujihira Kano. She is the youngest and her birthday is the 28th of August.
Wow, so they went with a young, very young on this one. That's about, let's see, for 16. They went very young on that one. Interesting how they did that.
With 2004. She is the current student council president of Sakura Gakuin, which, side note, is a position that both Sue and Moa held back in the day. She is the Avenger in the Papaya, Elevator Girl, and Shanty 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 music videos. She has—
Oh, shoot. Guys, okay, so that's crazy because I reacted to that song and I didn't even realize that was someone else switched out. But I like that song, so for me, I feel like it wasn't a bad choice for them to do the switch out because I enjoyed that song right there. So I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think, though.
Has only done shows in Japan, though, and did not participate in the Metal Galaxy World Tour. She is, and I mean this in the kindest way possible, a very strange child. Kano performed Give Me Chocolate at a Sakura Gakuin show as part of a unit shuffle. She was in Moa's spot. As a result, we have her saying, yet another small. However, considering she's an actual child, maybe she will be less small in the future. But for now, she is very very small. She is also in a somewhat newer Muse unit called at 15, so she is one busy bean. This could also be part of why she isn't touring. And finally, Momoko Metal, or Akatsuki Momoko. She was born on the 3rd of March 2003, and is a former member of Sakura Gakuin. She graduated from the group in 2018, and had been doing musicals. She has been the Avenger as much as Riho, with numerous shows in Japan, Super Slipper in Taiwan, shows in the Metal Galaxy World Tour in the US and Europe, as well as the Forum show. She is literally the smiliest, happiest bub. Even happier than Moa, and that's saying a lot. Metal or whatever, I'll just smile. She is the tallest Babymetal member now, which isn't really saying much, but she is a teeny bit taller than Sue. She is just out there living her best life and I appreciate it immensely. Also, she and Kano were in Sakura Gakuin together, and she was in Mini Patty, and wore the yellow bandana, which was worn by Yui during her Mini Patty days. The Avengers are all talented and wonderful, so I better not see anyone comparing them to each other or Yui, as comparisons are not at all necessary. They are all great in their own right and do not deserve to be compared for petty nonsensical reasons. But yeah, for now it seems we will have all three continue to switch out. At recent Japan shows, all three were on stage together with Moa and Sue, so that's pretty cool as well.
Yeah, it is cool.
Nothing keeps me up at night more than thinking about how young Kano and Momoko are, and how many creepy middle-aged men follow Babymetal.
I can't protect them!
But yeah, now we are up to 2019. With the Avengers in tow, Babymetal embarked on a new world tour to promote their third album, Metal Galaxy.
Who the fuck is this?
The album was announced to be released in October, the same day as a headlining arena show in LA at the Forum. The US leg began before the album release, which was a dumb decision, but dumb decisions just seem to be a muse's MO at this point. Riho and Momoko, as mentioned, did the entire tour. They would do smaller shows by themselves as the Avenger, but for the Forum, they both participated, just switching out every few songs. This formula, of having multiple Avengers for bigger shows, has carried on to the recent Japanese shows. This November 2020 will be Babymetal's 10th anniversary, and therefore something big will likely be happening. Some people think they'll add in a member permanently. Maybe they'll bring back Babymetal Death, as it is a song used to introduce themselves, and since Yui is gone, they will add in the Avengers, just one, or maybe all three. Honestly, who knows?
Only the Foxglot knows.
And with that, we are caught up to where Babymetal currently is. I hope you learned something about Babymetal, and enjoyed the video. It turned out way longer than I anticipated. My bad. Anyway. Kitsune's up. Oh hey.
Alright guys, so I definitely learned a lot from this entire guide to Babymetal. But I do have some questions, or, you know, just conversations that we could strike up. Okay. One. So is Yui ruled out forever? You know, yeah, okay. Maybe because, you know, she has a serious health condition, but I was thinking maybe like if all things go well, Yui may be able to come back, so that's why they haven't declared like an official third member. That's what I was thinking. So, you know, whatever I say, just if you guys have something to respond to it, just drop it down below in the comments. But that's what I was thinking about. But I do want to give respect to Babymetal for improvising and just persevering and, you know, finding a way to keep creating music. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, so I feel like the Avengers, how they did the Avengers, how they have that person switch out for the third role is actually a pretty good idea in my eyes. I think I listened to Papayaso, and that one was a newer song from Babymetal after, you know, all the tragedies and tragic things that have happened, and it still sounded great. So, me looking in, it seems like that was a good choice from Babymetal. And but otherwise, yeah, they're doing great. I'm glad that I was able to learn so much more about the group. And yeah, you know, I'll cut it here, guys, so that, you know, I don't want to, you know, drag it on too long. But I'd love to hear what you guys think down below in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button. We're gonna get this video to 150 likes because you guys are the best, and I know you guys can do it. Also, join the team, guys. Join the team. Don't forget to subscribe and tap that post notification bell, guys. I would really appreciate that so that you guys know when I upload more Babymetal content or content in general. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. We have more reactions to come, so suggest things down below in the comments as well. And I will see you guys in the next video, alright? So let's get it and let's go.
All my niggas spotted, get a bag now.